Alright, so what you have asked is how all the things work when you are in an enterprise environment. Okay, so just let me give you a small brief so that you can feel free to contact your admins. First, the virtual machine and the practice that we are doing throughout this course in this particular class are on your personal laptop. We have downloaded the virtual machine, we have installed the virtual machine, we imported the Cloudera virtual machine, and Cloudera has got everything inbuilt as a capsule, and we are using it for study. The moment you go to an organization, that organization will have a data center. This will be somewhere in Florida or somewhere in Texas, depending upon where your company is, right? In that data center, there will be mostly Linux or Red Hat servers, and the data center will look like blades, so many racks. Have you seen a data center? A data center is a set of racks. For example, if suppose you go to Google and type, let's say, Hadoop cluster and then press enter and then look at images, and then if you see how it will look like is like this. These are all called the blades, individual nodes. That's how typically the things will look like, right? And nobody is going to install a virtual machine there. Neither you can do anything. And what you are provided is a personal computer. Not your personal laptop, the office laptop. And that office laptop, you will never have admin rights. You will have an ID. RSN is the ID. And you will have a password, which is your LDAP password, the Windows password, which you use for your email and everything. You just log in, you do your work, you connect to these machines, whatever you want, your databases, everything will be here. And you do your programs. And then you log off, correct? If you are trying to install the Cloudera virtual machine here and you want to work on that, not possible. Why? Because how you can bring terabytes of data onto your personal laptop? That all are going to happen there. So you need something to connect to this particular server, and that is putty. So putty is a free software which is available and you can download it. For Mac, there is no need of putty needed. Why? Mac has a terminal already. Windows command prompt is not designed to connect remotely. That's why in Windows you need putty. For Mac you don't need. Now assume that this virtual machine is this. Just assume. And assume that my computer is this. Are you visualizing? Virtual machine is a different computer, right? How will I connect? I will open putty, or in Mac I will open terminal, right? This is my terminal, my Mac, my personal computer. Assume that it is given by the company. Now I need to connect to where? Cloudera. And in the last class I told you how to find the IP of your Cloudera virtual machine. How will you find the IP? There are two ways. Go to that virtual machine and please look. The third icon below, or this is the best way. Type ifconfig, which is the command, and immediately it is going to tell you the IP. Never take the IP which is ending at 255. That is the gateway, my router address. That first number is the IP. 10.1.10.4 is the IP. And you already know what is the user ID and password. Cloudera, Cloudera. But remember, in your company, that user ID and password will be the same user ID and password, or the admin of your database might have given you a user ID and password. That you need to work with your admin. You will apply through some form, get your approval from the manager, and then you get it, correct? Now, you come back to your putty window or the terminal window. And what you are going to do? SSH. What is SSH? Secured shell. Where are you connected? Who are you to connect to? The user ID, Cloudera. And where you are connecting? 10.1.10.4. Why? From where that I just now I told you how I got that number. After that you press this one. It will ask you whether you trust this connection. Just type yes. And it is going to ask you the password, and I already told you the password, Cloudera. Do you know where you are now? Where are you now? Now you type Hadoop space version. You are actually executing this command in the Cloudera virtual machine, and it is going to give you the result. So I can do this way. Since it is very easy, what I am doing is, in the virtual machine itself, see the Cloudera, that quick start is there because it is a personal computer. But in the companies and in the organizations, you will download putty and then you will connect using the putty. In putty, you will give what is the host name and then you will give the port name. Port is by default, SSH port is 22. And once you give that port, you can connect and then you can work. This is how everywhere in the world Hadoop cluster will be connected. Now you can type any commands as I have shown you. Right? Okay. Before we are going to today's section, what I wanted to do, remember the last class, we have got the distribution.zip everything, correct? Now, I want you to understand this program before we are understanding the code. Okay, so please look at the screen. I want to write a line, let's say, twinkle, twinkle, little star. I want to read this line. Remember, you took one line and then you wrote the output twinkle one, little one, star one. What are those individual words called in a line? In a normal English we say words, but in programming we say these are all called tokens. So twinkle is a token, the next twinkle is another token, little is another token, star is a token. Okay. Now, once you have the tokens, then each token you should take and output the number 1. That's what you are doing, right? Remember? Again I will repeat. Take the line, take individual tokens. Each token you are going to write the token comma 1. Is it not what you did in the paper? So you will write twinkle comma 1, little comma 1, star comma 1. Other person will write the next line accordingly, correct? How can you get tokens from a line? That's what I'm going to show you. Okay, so let me write a program vi demo.java. Remember in the last class I told you If you are creating a demo.java, then the name of the class also should be demo. Okay. So I am going to create a class, public class demo. Why? Because my program name is also demo. And now inside this demo, I am going to write what? Public static void main. Just by heart this line. String array argus. Without this, remember our driver program? No Java program can run without main. And now inside the main program, what I am going to do is, I am going to write the way by which we are going to divide individual tokens. Okay, so for you I am explaining how you are reading the line and how you are individually extracting each word. Each word is called a token. So we are going to take the token. Why? Because in the first class, what did you do when I explained you MapReduce? In a paper, twinkle twinkle little star, you took each word. In your mind, it was very easy to extract each word. Twinkle one. But how will you tell the program to do it, right? You have to tokenize it. So, what I am going to do is, I am going to give a string when I am running the program. So, my string is going to be stored in a variable argus of 0. Okay, you will ask, what is this meaning? Please look at this line. Main is taking a parameter. What is meant by a parameter? When you run the program, you are going to give a value. So let's assume that the value that I am going to give is twinkle twinkle little star. And what is the output I want? All the tokens as the output I want. So if I give, we are in America, then I should get the output, we are in America. That's the program. So what I give when I run the program is stored in argus. Argus of 0 means I am giving that complete value as a parameter. Are you clear? Otherwise, if you are not understanding that, let us hard code this, okay? No need to go to that level. So let us write, this is the line I am giving to this particular program. That's all, okay? Now I want the different tokens. This is where Java is coming in. What I am going to do, I am going to create a StringTokenizer. Look at that class. It is like the microwave, oven or coffee powder that I explained you in the last class. Inside the class, you are using another class, correct? StringTokenizer, give a name to that, okay? StringTokenizer is the name of a class. Name of a class is like a person took birth into this world. Unless we give a name to that particular person, we will not be able to refer it. So we will call it as ST equal to, remember, new coffee powder and new GE oven? So you have to write that word new in Java and then repeat that name of the class, which is the StringTokenizer. Okay, new StringTokenizer, no spelling mistake. And please look, in Java, initial letter of every class is a capital letter. Okay, that is why even when I write a class, I will give a capital letter. It is not wrong if you give a lowercase letter for your classes, but it is not advisable. The moment somebody sees that you gave a lowercase letter for a class, I can immediately tell that this guy doesn't know Java. So don't do that, because that is a programming practice. All class names starts with uppercase letters. If there are two words inside that class name, the start of each word will be capital. StringTokenizer. String is a word, tokenizer is another word. S and T are capital. So StringTokenizer ST equal to new StringTokenizer, and which string you want to tokenize. The string that I want to tokenize is there already. What is that? Yes. That is the S, right? This particular. this particular S is the variable that I want to tokenize. So I am going to write here S, and now comes the magic. Okay, let us don't give anything here. And then what I want in my program? In my program I want all the tokens. You know that string tokenizer, that magic has already happened. It has taken all the tokens. What you need to do now? You have to tell that string tokenizer that as long as there are tokens, 1, 2, 3, 4, finished. As long as there are tokens, print it out. As long as. What is the word? This is Java. But it is very easy. While, okay, st dot has more tokens. See the word. You understand? You can easily understand that. As long as this st has got more tokens, right? What I am going to do? I have to print it, correct? How will you print it? I already told you in the last class. System dot out dot print line in bracket. I have to print st dot next token. And remember, in Java, every method name, function name, starts with a lowercase, and if there are two words in the function, the next letter of the first word will be capital. Let us run. There will be errors. Let us find out what are the errors. And you are going to get errors. Java C. Can you guess what is the error that you are going to get? I already taught you this. Cannot find the symbol string tokenizer. What did I do when I wanted to use ghee oven and coffee powder? Import. And how will you know how to import? Just go to the Google and then string tokenizer, which package? Java. Java.util. Already it is there, first hit. So I am going to write in my program vi demo.java on the top. Never you can write an import statement after you start the program. So where you are going to write here import. What you want to import? Java.util. You can write string tokenizer, but suppose you are going to use many other classes of util, you can just put a star, which means that bring all the classes of util package. String tokenizer is already one of them. Right? So you imported and then you are going to write it. And now let us run the program whether there are any errors or not. Demo.java. There is an error. Java.util does not exist. Common sense. What does that mean? I have made a spelling mistake. Vi demo.java. That's what she was telling. But I want you to troubleshoot like this. Nothing is going to come by heart. Right? So, that's why I told you in the first class, common sense. Read the error message. Okay? It is very easy. Yesterday she was telling that I am not getting the IP. I didn't reply. Find out, right? Because there is nothing in the technology world. Remember the first class? You missed first class. There is nothing in the world which will work today morning and which will not work today evening. Okay? So, import Java dot util. And now let us see whether there are any errors or not. I am just iterating like a programmer.
Next.
There is spelling mistake. So vi demo.java. This is the exercise that you are going to do. I can write the complete program, but I want you to understand it by intentionally making some mistakes and doing it. And now Java demo.java. Good. This is how you will learn Java. Never try to read a book, buy a book and start reading it. Start thinking, how will I write a program for adding two numbers? Start writing. Go Google, add two numbers, Java program. Look at that. Control C, Control V, copy. When you are copying from the Google, some mistakes will surely come. Your class name will not be matching. Because you might have created vi sheetal.java, but when you copied that program may be demo and the compilation will be error. because the name of the class should be the name of the program. That is how you should learn. Okay, so it is fantastic. Now Java demo. What should be the output I should get? Look at that. I got the tokens. Now I am going to do a trick. My string is, sorry, my string is twinkle colon little star, and let us assume that there is no white space. Can you tell me what is the answer I am going to get if I run this program? Whenever you are running again, you have to compile it again, Java C. Why? Because you changed the code. Don't write Java demo for running the program without compile. If you do Java demo, what will happen? Old program without change will execute. So, Java demo.java and then Java demo. What is this? What happened? The trick is this. Whenever you are executing a program, if you don't specify anything by default, this magical string tokenizer will take white space as the separator. Earlier there was space. Now I changed that separator. So, if I want that colon to be considered as a separator, you pass in that value. And now let us run the program. Got it? vi demo.java. I have a line. Sheetal. Dual. And let me separate it by a dollar symbol. And Dual is in Florida. And she is, taking the population of the people. So she's going to every house and counting how many people are there. And today she counted about 240 people. Census. Every house Sheetal is going and counting in the dual counting. Now I want the individual values to be taken. So what is my separator now? Why I told you this program? After today's MapReduce, what I want you to do is assume that Sheetal dollar dual dollar Florida dollar 240 and Samiksha dollar St. John's dollar Florida, she counted 300 and let's say Suresh dollar, he is also living in dual but in a separate area, Florida, counted, let us say he is very efficient, he is running and he is counting 400. I want you to find out the population of Florida now. How will you find the population of Florida? You have to extract Florida and whatever is coming after that, you are going to emit that word instead of word count 1111. Florida 240, Florida 300, Florida 400 and then all the Florida will go to the reducer and the reducer will add it. You get the Florida's population and I want you to create this data file for Florida, Georgia, New York and then I want you to find out the population of each country. You understand MapReduce now. For doing that, what class you need to use? String tokenizer. What is the separator that you are going to use? Dollar. Right? So now it is the time to do that MapReduce program that I have given in the last class for you. So I'll stop the recording for today, whatever I told you so far.